listening to We Watch Movies.
I'm Ava.
And I'm Jenna.
And we watch movies. So this week we watched We Can Be Heroes, which is supposedly a sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It came out on Christmas on Netflix this year. And I do believe that this movie, out of all the movies that we've watched so far for the podcast, we are the farthest from its target demographic.
I would have to agree.
Yeah. Okay, so Shark Boy and Lava Girl came out in 2005. So that movie was targeted at us. And then here they are making a sequel that's targeted to little kids again, but they're saying it's Shark Boy and Lava Girl, so they're getting us too to watch it because we're like, oh my god, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I had a lot of problems with that we can get into. But Jenna, what is your first impression?
This movie is a little bit insane. That's my opinion on this movie.
I mean, I think for a kids movie it was good.
Yeah.
But in no way in heckity heck is this a sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I am sorry, but it's not. And that made me mad because, yeah, it wasn't... For context, if you haven't watched this movie, it's... You don't really have to, I don't think.
No.
But, so this movie was... so if you've seen Shark Boy and Lava Girl, which probably have at least one point in your life. Jenna, have you seen that movie?
It's been a hot second, but I have actually watched that movie.
Finally! Okay. Jenna has actually watched a movie now.
Wow.
So it's about this kid, Max, who is bullied and has wild dreams and has this dream journal and he writes down all his dreams. And then one day there's like this storm that hits his school and these characters from his dreams come to life and he goes to this planet of all his dreams and he learns that like his dreams are okay and not to like stifle his imagination and stuff. And it's really cute and it's all about dreams, right? And then they decide to make this movie this year about superhero children. Shark Boy and Lava Girl were not exactly superheroes. Not to mention the, like, connotations that come with them having a child now. Like, I was talking to my sister about this. I was like, that's Shark Boy and Lava Girl's kid. And she was like, what? I thought they were siblings! But, like, I don't know. It was really annoying because the movie wasn't even about their kid. I mean, their kid was in it, but it wasn't even starring Shark Boy and Lava Girl's kid. And Shark Boy and Lava Girl were barely there. They couldn't even get Taylor Lautner to be Shark Boy. And they replaced him with this, like, random white guy. And they had to put a mask over him for the entire movie. That was really stupid. Because they wanted to hide the fact that it wasn't freaking Taylor Lautner. But the whole movie gave me Spy Kids vibes more than it gave me Shark Boy and Lava Girl vibes.
Yeah, I agree. I was watching this movie and I was like, this is Spy Kids.
Like, I would have rather they made a movie in the Spy Kids universe where it's like, oh, this is Junie's daughter or something. I don't know. Like the next Cortez generation, right? But they didn't. Also... Wait, did they? We've brought up Spy Kids on this podcast before. I feel like we've looked into this before, and there was a movie that they did make a sequel that wasn't about the kids.
Yeah, no, we definitely talked about this. Wait, was this... This wasn't last week's episode. Was it the Soul episode?
I think it was the Ava episode.
Suspicious.
Because we were like, this could have been the start of Spy Kids. Anyways.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it was the Ava episode.
Okay, but I think this movie would have been way more successful if they didn't try to shoehorn Shark Boy and Lava Girl in it. Because it was just so random.
I know.
Like, they were from a planet called Planet Drool that was made up in some kid's head. Max wasn't even in it.
Yeah, like, once you start thinking more and more about how and why they're in this movie, the less it makes any sense. And because this is a children's movie that's kind of all over the place, it just makes the plot even more insane to try and comprehend. And, like they sit through, like, a sane person.
Yeah, they, like, just didn't need them there. I mean, if they wanted to have water-powered, like a water-powered child, they could have come up with another generic water-powered superhero or something to be her parents.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it just seemed like they were trying really hard to get the nostalgia factor in there to get more people to watch the movie, and it kind of, like, didn't work.
Yeah, but, like, this movie felt enough like those movies that I had watched all those years ago that it didn't need them.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I were, like, 7, I would have loved this movie. I would have ate this up, okay? Because I've been like, oh my god, kids with superpowers, and their parents are superheroes, la la la, and there's, like, aliens everywhere, and there's bright colors, and, I had low standards. My standards have risen since then.
Me too.
Okay, but also, not even that, because when I was 7, I loved Sky High, which is
Don't even get
basically
me
the same
started
thing.
on Sky
And
High.
I watched that movie like 2 weeks ago, and I could enjoy it just as much. So there's no excuses here.
Wait, is
We
it on
can be
Netflix
heroes.
or something?
It's on Disney Plus.
Oh god, I might have to watch it before it runs out again.
Yeah, you should watch it. On rewatching it, I realized that the main character looks just like one of the guys who graduated last year, and it was bothering me the whole time.
You're gonna have to text me that.
Okay, well, let me know when you're watching it, and let me know who you think it looks like. Sorry, this is off topic to anybody who's listening, but it just needs to be said. Anyways, there was a little bit in this movie. I'm gonna bring up the soundtrack like I always do. That was consistent between Shark Boy and Lava Girl and then We Can Be Heroes. They did have like some of the same music, and I also think that there was a wink and a nod or something with the whole Ice Fingers thing to maybe the Ice Princess.
That's what I got too.
Either it was to the Ice Princess, or I think there's a point in time when Max like shoots whipped cream out of his fingers. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched that movie. Actually, no, it's been like about a year since I watched that movie. But yeah, I think that might have been a little allusion there to the source material. But otherwise,
I feel like this movie was torn between wanting to be a sequel and wanting to be something else. So the people making it just kind of smushed the two of them together, and that's what we got.
See, the thing is, if they wanted it to be like dreams and stuff, and like the first movie, it would have been better if Shark Boy and Lava Girl were still kids, but they can't do that because obviously the actors grew up. But like, I don't know, it feels wrong that Max isn't there, and they didn't even have Mr. Electric. How can you have a Shark Boy and Lava Girl movie without Mr. Electric? Or what about Linus? And he was mad because he got a minus. Like, this is like the things that made Shark Boy and Lava Girl so good. And like, you know, like, say what you will about it being like all kids and like kiddie stuff, but like Shark Boy and Lava Girl dealt with like, what if your mommy and daddy are fighting sometimes, or like, oh, what if you get bullied sometimes, and then it was like, I honestly, if you like squinted at it, there were like some deep messages there, and they were explaining it to kids well. And then here you have in We Can Be Heroes, the whole thing is like teamwork and leading by example. Also like N-Log. Like, I'm sorry, if your opening scene as a character is like, this outfit says talk to me, and this outfit says don't talk to me. Perfect! And then you're just like walking around with, I don't know, it was like a skull with a bow on it, on like a black shirt, and like, I'm so not like other girls. Psh, my daddy is a superhero, but I don't have superpowers, and that doesn't bother me. I'm just like,
Did we ever even learn what Pedro Pascal's superpowers were? Because I just gathered that it was katanas.
He could summon his katana.
Well, like, no, they're real katanas, so I don't know, like, for this whole movie being like, oh, but, like, I don't have superpowers. Like, did her dad have superpowers? Because it didn't look like it to me.
He summoned them off of the wall. They, like, shot into his hands. Yeah, but that's, like, all he did.
Well, like, for all I know, they're magnetic or something.
Literally. And then there's those kids at the school who are like, can't you fly? Your dad is Marcus Moreno. And she's like, I don't have powers. But, like, why would she be able to fly in the first place? Of all the powers that she could have gotten from her father, why would it be flight?
Also, could I just say, these superheroes were not very strong either. Like,
literally.
So stupid watching them.
I know they were trying to be like, oh, the second generation is always more powerful, but no, they weren't. And you can't, like, just tell me that this 7-year-old child, even if she has really cool water powers, she's not gonna be able to fight evil as well as her parents could, regardless of if her powers are technically more powerful, because she, like, you can't train a superhero in a day, especially when they are 7 years old.
Much less a day. They did this in 3 hours, Ava.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I think, okay, and then I just didn't like the main girl at all. I was just so annoyed with her the whole time, not to mention the fact that they just kind of were like, you're a leader, but, like, either way, she didn't have powers, and it kind of bothered me that she was, like, able to be part of the superhero squad, even though I know you don't need powers to be special, but, like, come on. All she did was bark orders the whole time.
Yeah, like, for someone who's supposed to be taking such an active role in this group, she felt like a very passive character, and I almost wished that, like, another one of the characters didn't have any superpowers as well, to kind of make it more normal that, like, even though you have this group of, like, quote-unquote superpowered individuals, like, it was more so, like, they didn't have superpowers, it was that they were the children of these people. I don't know, I think it would have helped the movie a little bit, make a little more sense.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a character and you're like, oh, she gets to be the leader of this superhero thing because teamwork and leading by example is the most powerful superpower. Like, okay, I get that you're trying to, like, make a easy to grasp message for children, but, like, if you're thinking about it, like, if you have a big corporation running a superhero team, and then you have your leader, and then somebody's like, oh, Missy Moreno, what is your superpower? And then she's like, my superpower is having a bunch of other superheroes who are dumb enough to listen to me. Not to mention, I might have some pent-up anger because she looked like the girl who bullied me in elementary school.
Oh. That's nice. Bullying isn't good, people. Don't be a bully.
They talked about that in Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and, you know, he defeated his bully, but he didn't defeat him through meanness. No, he used kindness and defeated him. He reached Linus, and he was like, Linus, you gotta stop being mean, dude. And then Linus was like, okay.
Was that the scene where they were stacking things on top of each other into the sky?
Yeah.
I remember something.
When they were stacking things, they were just kind of like, they were on pillars that they were making grow with their minds, so they were like, ugh, and then they would go higher, and then he would be like, Linus, you can be kind, you don't have to be mean and destroy worlds, and then Linus was like,
okay, yes.
Okay, but, like, I don't know, it's just, everything that made Shark Boy and Lava Girl unique and special was completely left out of this movie. And and that's not a bad thing. It could be unique and special for its own reasons, but if you claim to be a Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel, you kind of, like, they didn't even have Tobor in it. They could have had... Tobor could have been working at the Heroics headquarters. But no, Tobor didn't make the cut, apparently.
Yeah, like, and I remember when you were talking about this movie to me before we watched it, I didn't even know, like, what you were talking about when you said, oh, there's a Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel. I was like, what? That's a thing? I was really deeply confused. And it wasn't until you actually told me, like, the title of the movie that I was like, wait a minute, that's supposed to be a sequel? For something that, like, went so hard on, like, we are a sequel to this movie, I had no idea that it was supposed to be a sequel to this movie.
Literally, and then, like, the fact that you can look up Shark Boy and Lava Girl 2 and get this monstrosity. Okay, I don't know if monstrosity is a little harsh. It might be a little harsh because, like I said, it's for children, and for what it was okay. But if I were a nostalgic person, I am a nostalgic person. This isn't hypothetical, this is what happened. I'm looking to relive my childhood through some, like, nostalgic goodness, bringing back the characters that were a big deal to me when I was little. I'm like, oh yay, I get to watch this movie, and they're bringing back all my favorite characters, and everything that I loved about this movie. You know, I don't know, maybe Max is gonna go back to Planet Drool or something like that, and then I watch it, and Max isn't even there!
Like, if they were making a sequel, they wanted to do something with, like, children, they could have just had, like, Max's child, like, discovering his dream journal and going to Planet Drool and doing stuff or whatever.
And then, like, Shark Boy and Lava Girl's kids could have been there. Oh my god, that would have been so much better!
Fanfic writers, if you're out there, come on now.
Can somebody make me a better sequel of this? I know that I'm like preaching, oh, this is for kids, and I'm not a kid, I am very mature. And then here I am, I'm like, Max wasn't in the sequel! Am adult. Or, am almost adult, actually. Like, less than 1 year.
Like, I mean, honestly, though, like, the only reason, if, like, we weren't watching this for a podcast to talk about it and make content for people in the hope that they actually see it in the endless void of the internet, like, the only reason that we would have to watch this movie is nostalgia. Like, honestly, I wouldn't have even watched this movie if Ava wasn't like, hey, do you want to watch this? And I was like, sure. Like, I wouldn't have watched it because it's a movie for children. But I was minorly intrigued because I was like, oh, it's a sequel to a movie I enjoyed in my childhood. But, like, no, fam. Not the case.
I could have rewatched something that was good.
What would you?
But rewatch? I could have rewatched Shark Boy and Lava Girl today. I could have done that. But no!
We watched this.
Because we watch movies, and this was the most relevant recent release recently. Wait. Like I said, I am not a child. I am a high school student.
We are incredibly mature.
The tastes and intellect and verbal skills to match. End of thought.
Yeah, we take AP Lang. We're so smart, guys.
Okay, this could have been in the Spy Kids universe. It looked like the Spy Kids universe. And it was like the same thing as the Spy Kids universe. It was like, oh, these kids! Well, actually, no, it's basically the same plot as Spy Kids, except with superpowers instead of super gadgets. Because it was like, oh, these kids are the kids of super spies, and their parents are captured, and now they... It literally is the same plot. I didn't actually think about it that much, but they just remade Spy Kids with more kids and more superpowers and worse.
They should have done a crossover. That's the sequel we all need. For if you liked one more than the other, or if you wanted one or both or whatever, you could have had a crossover.
Okay, think about it. Plot of the first Spy Kids, the relevant Spy Kids. There's these two kids, and their parents are super spies. And then their parents get captured on a mission that their kids weren't aware about. And then the kids need to escape from the bad guys that also got their parents. And so they escape and in turn learn how to be spies just like their parents. And in learning so, they go and they defeat the bad guys by infiltrating their big glowy purple lair and using their newfound powers and their abilities to work together to defeat all the bad guys and the weird creations that have, the weird monster creations that need to fight them. And they defeat all of them, and they eventually save their parents and realize, hey, the guy behind it all maybe wasn't so evil. I mean, some of them were evil, but, like, one of them wasn't. That guy who had the TV show, he wasn't that bad. Anyways, it's literally the same movie.
Yeah, Ava, I think you just described the plot of We Can Be Heroes.
But that's just a theory. A film theory.
Oh!
And cut.
Film theory,
no,
you
but,
gotta
like-
hit Ava up. We're not gonna stop this assault on you. Please.
Oh my god, yes, please, like, honestly, please, I beg of you.
Does Film Theory have an Instagram?
Yes.
Then when I make the Instagram for the channel, at some point, it's gonna happen soon, I promise. I'm gonna follow them.
Oh my god, it can be like, KK Sinsky only following Keith Kosinski. Do you follow that account?
So, no, but it keeps showing up in my recommended.
Okay, little story time for you guys. So in 8th grade, in 7th and 8th grade, we would watch in school a news source called Channel 1 News. And it was fantastic and amazing, and our class decided that we liked Keith Kosinski the most. And he was one of the news anchors on that channel. And so two certain people in our school established an account on Instagram called KK Sinsky, where it is just a fan account dedicated to worshiping the Lord and Savior that is Keith Kosinski. And I think it is pure art, and I think everybody should go follow it at KK Sinsky on Instagram. It was a big celebration amongst so many people when he followed us back. It was great.
Yep.
So Jenna needs to go follow it now.
I guess I do. People keep finding me on Instagram, and I don't know how. How deep does that algorithm go?
I don't have your Instagram, actually.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, so many people are finding me, and I'm like, this isn't even I don't even have a personal account. I just talk about books on here. Why are you following me?
Okay. Can people tell me if this is a normal thing to do? I know this isn't really on topic anymore at all. But, like, I'll be, like, scrolling through my feed, and see, normally I'll, like, follow people back out of courtesy, but, like, at this point, there are many people that I just don't follow back when they request to follow me, and I'll, like, let them follow me, but I'm like, no. But I'll just be going through my Instagram feed, and I'll just see people, and I'll be like, I haven't talked to you in a while, unfollow. And I feel mean when I'm doing it, but I'm like, I don't like you anymore, bye. And I just, like, unfollow so many people, like, every time I go on Instagram, and I feel kind of bad about it, but I think it's normal, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel kind of bad sometimes because, like, people will follow me, and I'm like, it's not that I don't like you, but I'm just not gonna follow you because, like, I don't know. What would I do? It's your life. I don't need to know. Unless you want to tell me about it personally.
I don't know, I mostly unfollow, like, freshmen.
Freshmen.
There are a few freshmen and, like, sophomore that I let follow me. Or, no, that I follow. But, I don't know. I don't talk to them. They're, like, the ones that I don't talk to are, like, a different species. And I don't have anything against them, but I just don't, like, interact with them.
I think I know a single freshman. Just one. I have not talked to any other freshmen, really. Couldn't tell you who any of them are.
I think that's the same with me.
It doesn't help that I haven't been
Yeah, I
in
think it's,
school
like,
for
one
a
of
couple
them.
of months.
Yeah, Jenna's a fully remote student. Like, what a nerd,
I'll
right?
come back eventually.
Eventually.
Gotta come back to help you out in Walk Fit, Ava.
Oh my god, yes. Okay, when Jenna comes back to school will be the day that, that we ask once again for a better sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl that tells us, where the frick is Max?
We should do a walkathon for a better sequel.
It's like, what are you guys walking for? We're walking for a better sequel! Not walking for a better tomorrow, walking for a better Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel.
That will fuel a better tomorrow.
If we walk long enough, we'll actually get Taylor Lautner to come back!
He'll come back to tell us to stop.
It's like, wait, if in the coming days or so, there's like coming months perhaps, because we have to wait till Walk Fit. But you just see on the national television that there's just a huge march that will not stop. And all we're chanting is, bring Taylor Lautner back! until he agrees to do a better Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel. Then that's us. We did it. Blame us.
Yep, it will be our fault.
And then he'll like the only interaction he'll have like with us is he'll like tweet, "No, stop." I need a Twitter. I don't have a Twitter, and everybody talks about Twitter. But, like, I mean, I'm kind of scared of Twitter at the same time.
I don't want a Twitter. I would sacrifice myself and make a Twitter for the channel, and that is about it. Instagram was enough.
We should get a Twitter. Comment down below if you think we should get a Twitter. Oh my gosh, wait, speaking of, like, our channel. I know I said that we were posting 2 videos last weekend, and I did. I posted my second part of the after video. But it's, like, blocked in America, I think. Which is really strange, and I need to fix it somehow. I don't know how. I need to, like, go on my computer and look at it, but I'll try to fix it. The first one had no issues, and the second one did, apparently, and I don't know why. I'll see if I can fix that. I don't know if anybody cares. But yeah.
People need to know the truth.
Speaking of the other video that came out this weekend, Jenna didn't put The Shining on her list for her horror movie video, and it made me very upset.
I meant to put a comment on that video after you texted me a couple of hours later that just said, "Edit, I have apparently forgotten to put The Shining on here, and now Ava is mad. My apology."
You also could put, like, The Exorcist, or, like, Carrie, or, like, oh, there's been new ones. Like, oh my gosh, the 2018 Halloween movie was really scary. I don't know what this has anything to do with We Can Be Heroes, but, like, it's relevant, I promise. That one was really scary. Oh, I watched, I think it was Sinister. That one disturbed me. The Boy is kind of good. Not The Boy 2. That one sucks. You should watch The Turning, though, just to make yourself sad.
Listen, Ava, I've already committed to making a video about
good.
cats.
Invisible Man was good. Ma, that was pretty freaky. I like Blumhouse stuff. They do good stuff. Oh, Blair Witch Project, you didn't put that on your thing. Or Paranormal Activity. Those are good ones. Those are indie. I could probably keep going, but I feel like you don't want me to.
I mean, you can, but the list is already pretty long, and I don't want to spend months watching things.
Like, no. Jenna's like, I'm not watching more horror.
Listen, I'm coming off of watching all of Downton Abbey, and now I'm going straight into horror. So just so y'all know, I don't know what I'm getting myself into.
You know what's not horror? We Can Be Heroes. But you know it was horrifying? Those tentacles.
Oh my god, so many tentacles at a children's movie.
I don't want to ask what the connotations of that or implications of that statement
No,
you just
there
made
are no
were.
connotations to that statement. I'm just saying, can we do anything more original than purple tentacles in a children's movie where, like we've talked about, imagination was the entire premise of the first one? Can we do anything other than just plain, boring tentacles attached to the back of people? Anything.
And okay, honestly, these special effects weren't that much better than
No.
like 15 years ago when the first one came out.
No, they weren't. And so much of this movie was like clearly done in a green screen set. And I don't know when they did a lot of filming, so I kind of give that a pass, but like could like I'm thinking of like Spy Kids and even the first Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and like those sets had like personality. They were distinct, and most of the time they were like practical until they couldn't do it practically anymore, and the result may be a bit aged if I were to watch it now, but at least it was like still good and made sense and like had a distinct charm, and I didn't get that from this movie, and that was kind of frustrating.
Yeah, it was just like I said, it forgot everything that made Shark Boy and Lava Girl special and unique, and it didn't really have much making itself unique, which is what bothered me, because it was like it was taking aspects from Shark Boy and Lava Girl at literally just Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Those were the only aspects that they stole. And they also took aspects from Spy Kids, and they didn't actually, and then there's like the aspects of Sky High, which I don't know if they directly stole, but they kind of did. Either way, it was like it just didn't feel like its own thing. Which, I mean, I guess you could take the same concept and put it in different costumes and give it to like a bunch of children and they wouldn't care. I feel like that's what most kids movies are, honestly. Like most of the sucky ones, at least.
Yeah,
but
and I feel like kids nowadays, they also didn't grow up with the same movies that we did that we're talking about now. I mean, I don't know what they grew up with, but like clearly it was not the same quality as us. But I don't know. They're missing it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that the main point of kids movies is to help and like storytelling is to help kids grasp ideas that are a little bit too heavy for them. Sometimes, you know, like a lot of stories make simplifications of love or like other things, and then and you know, lately with movies that like have been made by like Disney and Pixar, Disney, the same thing. Kids movies that have been coming out recently, a lot of them have really like impressed me with their ability to demonstrate these big themes that like and these like heavy concepts that normally you wouldn't ever talk to a kid about, and then and they're making it in a way that the kid can understand, and that's like something that Pixar has been doing so well for so many years. And then Shark Boy and Lava Girl did that really well. It was talking about dreams, and then it was bringing up, you know, how not all parents are perfect and everything, and it was bringing up bullying and everything. And then and like Spy Kids did what this one was trying to do, but better, and it was like teaching you about the importance of family and not replacing your parents or whatever this was trying to tell you. And this one, like, the themes were like teamwork and leading by example, and you should replace your parents when you turn 9 years old. That's what I got from this.
Yeah, that whole thing of like replacing your parents and like becoming superheroes at like a young age kind of like put me off, because I don't know if you've ever seen these like posts and stuff, but it's people saying like, yeah, I just reread my favorite book from my childhood, and the whole time I was just realizing that all of my favorite characters were just like little super soldiers for adults. And like that's kind of the same vibe this movie gave me. And, like, I don't know, like, yes, it's important to teach kids that, like, they, too, can make an impact in their community and, like, they should be ready to like try and like do big things and that they can make a difference, but at the same time, like, they're also children.
Yeah, and I mean, what you're saying about the books, like, that's like the same thing for me. Like, I have been very emotionally invested in one specific book series since like 5th grade. That's Lockwood and Co. I feel like I've talked to you about it before. It's like 5 books, so good. They're making a TV show out of it for Netflix, starting filming this summer, I think, and I'm so excited. But you know, rereading it, it was like I realized it was like talking about how psychic abilities to see ghosts are strongest in kids, so they have to be the agents that go out and find the ghosts. And so it was like the main characters were like between 13 and 16, and they were like going out and like stabbing ghosts and stuff. They were sword fighting and everything, and they were and like some of them were working for like adults and everything, and it was like it's a cool concept, and I don't think they weren't like replacing the adults or doing anything weird. But then, like, when you think about it, especially like what Oho said at the end, when she's like, on our planet, the kids are the leaders. Like, your planet's gonna die. Why are you meddling in Earth? Your planet's gonna die. But it's just like, I mean, it's not always bad to have little kids as like your stars. And, like, they can be powerful characters as well. But, like, I don't know. You're just, like, making them powerful by default or whatever is kind of dumb.
Yeah, like, have you watched the Netflix series of A Series of Unfortunate Events?
I have. I actually really like that series.
Yeah, and, like, you know how Sunny Baudelaire, who's like the really young infant sibling,
yeah,
who like kind of grows up throughout the series because, you know, filming over years, but I liked how they did that because she's like still her own character that does plot important things, but she's also essentially still a baby. And like,
yeah,
they
like her power is like biting things or whatever.
So like, even though like she can do things and she has a power of like good biting skills, like she's also still a child, and most of the characters still realize that and understand that, like, yes, she can handle it herself, but that doesn't mean she should have to.
Yeah, like, I mean, I like it when children characters, they need to be shown as, like, naive, and I'm not saying that these ones weren't. Like, it's just that their immaturity needs to be, like, checked by the world. And in this movie in particular, like, they were being very immature the whole time, and it wasn't being checked by the world at all. Like, the world wasn't like, check your hubris, sirs. I need to stop calling everything sir, I'm sorry. But that didn't happen. Whereas in Series of Unfortunate Events, everything that they do, they're, like, those kids are very mature, but also, like, whenever they're being immature or something like that, like, it's a conflict for them. Like, them being a child is a conflict. And that's also in Lockwood & Co. to a degree. That's also a conflict, except for the fact that it's kind of accepted that young people are fighting ghosts and stuff, but still, they're under the governing, I guess, of adults at every turn. And so that's a conflict. And if you're gonna have, like, children as your main character, their youth should be a conflict to them. Like, the world should just open their doors for little children because they're protagonists, I guess.
Yeah, like, children shouldn't always have to be the protagonist of someone else's story, because they still have to learn how to be a protagonist in their own story. And I feel like when you try and swap it and have kids leading the adults, yes, both, like, demographics can learn something from each other, but I feel like children have a lot more to learn simply by the fact that they've only been around for so long. I don't know, that sentiment got away from me, but take that where you will.
Yeah, but, like, if you think about in real life, if you were, like, 7 years old you can't leave your house without your mother, like, walking you to the car. Like, you couldn't even get into your car, okay? Unless the door was unlocked and you wouldn't know where to find the keys. Okay, let alone escape from a government facility, even if you had superpowers. Like, these kids, I mean, oh, a children's movie was unrealistic, but it just, I mean, you can make a story that's unrealistic and I will suspend my disbelief, but still, just the most unrealistic thing is that there are no challenges for the kids. And I mean, I know that a lot of things targeted to kids are like, kids good, adults bad, and like things love making the kids the heroes that fight the evil adults or whatever. But I mean, I don't know, it just, if you're gonna do that, it just, I don't know where that sentence was going. But then you have, like, in actual Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like, the main conflict of the story takes place between the kids. It's not, like, against this epic force that should only be able to be defeated by adults, I guess. So they're not, like, fighting aliens and beating up aliens, you know, they're traveling through Max's subconscious and dealing with his dreams. And so that's all based on your power of imagination. And this one, they had, like, these kids flipping these giant adults and everything, like, easily. And I know that some of them had super strength, but not all of them did. And I'm not even gonna start talking about Acapella's powers, because they were really all over the place.
Oh my gosh.
Not to mention, Acapella, she just bothered me. I feel like that actress is gonna release a movie, or not a movie, a album in like 5 years and nobody's gonna care. Is that a mean thing to say?
I mean, if it's prediction, I don't know if it's necessarily mean.
Okay, I don't know if... okay, she's probably a very nice child. Or maybe she sucks. I don't know. I've never met her. I'm being very judgmental right now, and I recognize that. But, like, also, I feel like anybody who just, like, sings randomly like that, even if it's your superpower, if you're just singing randomly like that, and I mean, I know I'm guilty of singing randomly, but I don't bust it. The difference between just singing randomly and singing like she did randomly is that she was trying, and that makes her annoying.
Yeah, can I just say?
I don't know.
So,
yes.
I'm trying to fact check this because I wanted to make sure, but I'm just gonna say it anyway, and if I'm wrong, I guess I'm just stupid. But I kind of saw the whole plot twist of, like, the aliens aren't really evil because their planet name is literally Amigo spelt backwards.
What?
Okay, so they're from planet, like,
Ogima? Oh my god. And then the president's name was Alien.
Like, literally the first time I watch it with subtitles and I see the word Ogama, and, you know, books have given me trust issues when it comes to things being spelt backwards, so I'm like, wait a minute, that's Amigo! Hold on a minute! So anyway.
Oh my gosh. Jenna, you're so smart.
I was like, why is their planet named Amigo?
Oh my god, was that even on purpose? Like, did they want people to find out? Did you just realize something? Because I haven't heard anybody else talk about that.
No.
Like, I've heard a lot of
I was trying to Google the planet name to make sure I didn't confuse it with something else, but, like, I'm pretty sure it was that.
I mean, okay, I have heard several people talk about this movie so far. Nobody's mentioned it being Amigo, so I don't know if that's, like, an accepted fact, or if you just realized that, and it was, like, a writer didn't know, like, what to name the planet, and was like, oh, they're friendly aliens, friend.
And, I mean, I know we've been, like, ragging on this movie and stuff, but, like, one thing I did like was that the cast was pretty diverse in the sense that, like, it wasn't all just a bunch of white kids. Oh, yeah. I did like that.
Not to mention, they had They had disability representation in there too. That was cool.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I don't know, like, I like that we at least had that in a kid's movie. It kind of made the whole, like, thing of, like, we can be heroes thing, like, kind of land a bit better, because at least, like, it had a wide variety of people, and it wasn't just like, yeah, able-bodied white kids can be heroes. Yay.
Okay, I just got really confused because if you look up Shark Boy and Lava Girl on Netflix and then Netflix page, if you don't click on it and you just read the subtitle on Google, it says The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, Netflix. It says 2 years after the murder of his son and father, a retired hitman sets in motion a carefully crafted revenge plan against the killer, his own brother. That's the description on Google if you don't click on the title. Because if you click on it, it'll take you to the app. I also saw something where it says Ogima spelled backwards is Amigo, so I'm sorry you didn't realize something brand new, but you did realize something.
Oh, I don't even care that it's brand new. I was just sitting there laughing because I was like, why is it? Why?
Anyways, so yeah, if you're wondering whether this movie is better than Shark Boy and Lava Girl and Lava Girl is about murder and revenge against. This is Max, the retired hitman. He's going after the killer of his son and father, his own brother, Linus Minus. They're not brothers. I don't know where I'm going. I mean, okay, wait. Just like.
Oh my god, wait. The sequel could be that Max grew up to be a hitman, and his brother is Linus, and he either has to avenge the deaths of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, or he has to team up with them.
Wait, avenge the deaths of Shark Boy and Lava Girl or team up with Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Are they, like, resurrected?
Well, no, like, I don't know how you want to write it, but...
Oh, you mean, like, alternate...
Yeah, no, sorry, that wasn't
I thought you
clear.
meant that was his dilemma. I thought you meant, like, that was his dilemma, and it was like, oh, you could either team up with your dead friends or avenge them.
No, Ava, this isn't an episode of Supernatural.
Excuse me.
I'm so sorry.
There's just so much they could have done with Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like, in their actual universe. Like, why couldn't it be Shark Boy and Lava Girl return to Planet Drool, okay? That would have been good.
But no.
You know, you could have gotten the Mandalorian to, like, play substitute Mr. Electric or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what Pedro Pascal and, like, Christian Slater are doing in this movie. They're literally just here vibing for, like, a paycheck.
Oh my gosh, you know what? You know what would have been good? So, picture this. Max is grown up and he decides that he wants to work at his old school, and he takes over from Mr. Electric. He's a teacher now. He's trying to inspire things. And then the Mandalorian is like the principal, okay? And he's like, "Hi, Max." I don't know why he doesn't know Max, but he hired him or whatever. And then they're all like chilling and stuff, and then Max is just like, I don't know how to help this kid who's down in the dumps, and this kid is like Missy or whatever, and he doesn't know Missy is the principal's daughter, but she is. And so Missy's like, she's really N-log, and she's like, she doesn't like life, and she sleeps in class and everything. So then Max is like, you know, when I was little, I kept a dream journal, and then he gives her his dream journal, and one night she's just flipping through it, and she's really tired, and there's a thunderstorm outside, and she goes to sleep, and she theoretically wakes up, and there's Shark Boy and Lava Girl standing there, but they're adults now, and they have this kid, and they're like, we heard that you needed some help, but we need your help to save Planet Drool. And then she goes with them, and on Planet Drool, there's Shark Boy and Lava Girl with Guppy, but there's also all the other super kids, okay? There's like a bunch of super kids, and they're all like these characters who live on Planet Drool, and they're like, since Max helped save Planet Drool, all has been well, but lately there's been this problem. There have been tentacle aliens all over it, and we need to fight them. And then Missy helps them fight them, blah blah blah, and then she wakes up, and she's like, and maybe she was like reading it in like the school somewhere, I don't know, but she wakes up, and then she goes back to class, and she gives the dream journal back to Max, and is like, wow! And Max is like, I know, right? And then later the principal, he comes in and is like, Max, you're my daughter's favorite teacher. Here's a raise.
Yay. There you go. No need to watch We Could Be Here. No need. Ava just, in less than half the time of that movie, Ava just gave you, just listen to this podcast instead. It'll save you time. It'll save you money if you don't have a Netflix account. And it'll be great.
I'm sorry, just tell me that my plot is not better, because I don't think you can.
I really can't.
Wait, was Christian Slater Shark Boy?
I don't know who Christian Slater
was Shark Boy?
but Christian Slater was in this movie. I don't know who Christian Slater is, but I just know he's famous.
Wait, who played? Was it Christian Slater? Because that. No, he did. Wait, J.J. Danshaw played Shark Boy. I don't know who Christian Slater played.
Was he like the techno guy or something?
Christian Slater. Christian Slater as... Where did this say? Christian Slater as who? I'm sorry, Wikipedia is really letting me down right now. Oh, he was Techno.
I knew it.
He was Wildcard's dad. Wildcard was my favorite of the kids. Who was your favorite of the kids?
I don't know. I kind of liked Oho, but then they did the whole plot twist with like she's an alien, and I was like, ooh, I don't like that plot twist. So not Oho. Although I did like her clothes. She had a good sense of style. But I don't know. I liked Wildcard.
Yeah, I feel like he was the most dynamic of them all, to be honest.
And like, you know, like he kind of didn't like how Missy was like just inserted as a leader, but like it was rightful that he was kind of mad. But then he kind of went along with it. Like he wasn't a big jerk. He was like, you know what? I just got to deal with it. We all got to live here. And I was like, you know what? I respect that decision, man.
Okay, but overall, I still stand by the fact that I think that this movie was a cash grab because they wanted to get people to watch it by just saying that it was Shark Boy and Lava Girl and cheap out on actually writing a good story. Yeah. So, instead of watching Shark Boy and Lava Girl, instead of having them watch We Could Be Heroes, have them either watch Shark Boy and Lava Girl or Spy Kids, or have them go watch like a Pixar movie. They have really good ones coming out lately.
I still haven't watched Onward, but I'm gonna change that.
That hurt.
Are you okay?
You caused pain. It wasn't because I just made a very unnatural sound. That's pain, and that cough was because you haven't watched Onward.
It's not because I don't want to. I do want to. Because most of my movie watching time has been devoted to the podcast now.
Weak. That's weak.
Good job.
Psh, money. This is my job.
Well, you do a lot more of the work.
You do work hard in your videos.
Yeah, but you do the podcasts, which I don't do. So, therefore, you do more work. And you have to make my thumbnails because I I don't know how to
Oh
make
yeah,
the
I forgot to
robots.
put the robots in like your past like 2 thumbnails. I need to fix Jen. Jen doesn't know how to make thumbnails.
I mean, I do.
Hermie doesn't like to make toys.
Okay, I do know how to make thumbnails, but I generally make them at like 10 o'clock at night on Saturday, and then I upload my videos Sunday morning when they're supposed to be in already, and I don't want to bother Ava, because, you know, Ava needs sleep. We all need sleep. So I don't ask her for robots.
Yeah, I can just like put them in after the fact. YouTube is cool. It lets you like add the thumbnails after.
But it doesn't let you watch Ava's part 2 of her After We Collided review, so I don't know about that.
That video is a wild ride, man. Whoever is not in America right now and is able to watch my video,
They're living their
cool.
best lives.
I was able to go through and I liked it with my other account before it was blocked, so now it has more likes than it has views. I think that's kind of funny. Anyways, We Can Be Heroes made me mad. Go watch Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It's still on Netflix. And if you liked listening to this, leave a like and subscribe and comment and do all that fun stuff, because we do one of these videos every week. And yeah, and if you made it this far, I mean, you've already devoted like an hour of your life to us. Why not devote more hours to us? Why not just like become part of the squad, you know? So thank you. And yeah, Jenna, anything to add?
Go watch Shark Boy and Lava Girl and watch our videos. They're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.